Hey Anakin, what do you have there? Those are shapes. Shapes are one of 7 basic elements of art. I'll give you 2 minutes to see if you can name all 7 elements of art. If you finish early, you can practice along with me. Shapes can be defined as a mathematic equation, usually composed of 2 dimensions. Forms can be measured by using 3 dimensions. This makes a form 3-dimensional. When a shape gains a 3rd dimension, it becomes a form, or it has gained depth. Okay. Let's take the next 2 minutes to see if you can list 4 shapes and the form that goes along with those 4 shapes. So now that we know that forms are just 3D shapes, let's go ahead and dive in how to make a form out of each shape. Let's start with these 2 first, the cube and the rectangular prism. Because the cube is the form of a square, we're going to start with a square and put a dot in the middle. Then you're going to draw an identical square from that dot, doesn't matter which direction, and then you're going to connect the corners. The rectangular prism follows those exact same principles. So we're going to start off with a rectangle, then we're going to put a dot directly in the middle. From there, you're going to draw an identical rectangle, doesn't matter which direction, and then you're just going to connect the corners. Then you have your rectangular prism. Many of us are used to seeing rectangular prisms as ice cream sandwiches or TV remotes. Just as many of us associate the cube with boxes or ice cubes or a die. Next, we're going to talk about the sphere. The sphere is the form of a circle. Since the sphere is the form of a circle, we're going to start with a circle. And then we're going to draw an outline. Another word for outline is contour. What are we drawing a contour for? We're drawing the contour for the shadow of the sphere. And the shadow will follow the contour of the sphere. Next step would be to add a shadow below your sphere. The shadow of the sphere is usually the shape of an oval. Most of us associate the sphere with a ball. Finally, we have the pyramid. The pyramid is the form of a triangle. Because the pyramid is the form of a triangle, we are going to start off with the base of a triangle. From there, you're going to draw a dot, that familiar dot right in the middle, and then you're going to connect all the corners to that dot. If you'd like to take it a step further, you could even fill in the bottom floor of your pyramid so we know which direction the walls are facing. Pyramids are most associated with the infamous pyramids of Egypt. Okay, all that learning, let's do a quick warm-up to get you ready for your assignments after. The form is a 3D shape. Draw each form 3 times each. These are our primary colors. We have 3 of them. The first one is red, the second one is yellow, and the last one is blue. They are the foundation for all other colors. So they will be mixed together to make what we're gonna call later the secondary colors. By definition, primary colors can't be made from any other 2 colors. We like to show that using a scientific equation, P equals P, which basically means that these can't be made from any other 2 colors. If you wanted to take it a step further, you could mix 2 primary colors and it would give you a secondary color. We show that using the equation P plus P equals S, and S just stands for secondary color. By mixing any 2 primary colors, they will give you a very specific secondary color. So when you mix red and yellow, you'll always get orange. If you mix blue and yellow, you'll always get green. If you mix blue and red, you'll get purple, or as we like to call it sometimes, violet. We're gonna need as much space as possible to make our 3-category color wheel. So I'm gonna draw these circles small. Our first one is going to be red, then yellow, and finally blue. I'm gonna use a red marker to connect all of our primary colors. And to cut down on any confusion, I'm also going to mark each primary color with the number 1. Similar to primary, I'm going to differentiate our secondary colors by drawing a square and writing the number 2 inside of each one. Red and yellow, when you mix them together, they make orange. Let's see if you can name the other 2 before I can finish writing them both. And another name for purple is what? I'm going to use a blue marker to connect our secondary colors. Have you noticed something that both the primary colors and the secondary colors have in common? They both have 3 colors within them. There are 3 primary and there are 3 secondary. This comes in handy because our next group, the tertiary colors, there are 6 of them total. Mixing a primary color and a secondary color together gives you a tertiary color. So if I mixed red and orange, it's going to give me red-orange. The entire process follows this rule. So if I mix yellow and orange, I'm going to get yellow-orange. But the orange came first. Why isn't it orange-yellow? Well, that's because the primary color's name always comes first. Let's see if you can name the remaining colors before I can write them. No, it will not be green-yellow. When you mix blue and purple, you get what we like to call blue-violet. When we talk about purple in the tertiary context, it will always be called violet. So what we have here is a 3-category color wheel. This level is called Tertiary Colors.